Your search for the most comprehensive CLAT preparation program ends now. BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you over 300 recorded lectures, 300 plus hours of live classes, over 50 mocks across CLAT and non-CLAT exams, and 9,000 plus topic-specific preparation questions. All of this specifically curated by NLU alums and IM grads. So what's stopping you? Go register for the BYJU'S Exam Prep scholarship test now and get thousands of scholarships.
A very good morning to all of you and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, the most comprehensive preparation app for all exams. As we all know, from Monday to Thursday, 11 a.m. in the morning, we come up with the Hindu analysis. Today is 25th April and we are here with the Hindu analysis of 25th April, that is Tuesday. आज Tuesday है, 25 अप्रैल है और आज हम लोग the Hindu analysis लेकर हाजिर हैं. So this is these two are actually the important news on the first page. The first one talking about India braces to evacuate nationals from Sudan. Then another article is after death of two cheetah, Madhya Pradesh seeks new site for the felines. So these two we will be actually discussing it. So before that, I want to ask some questions, okay? And please answer it in the live chat, the answer to these questions. The first question says, Darfur region is found in which country? Your options are Egypt, Afghanistan, Ukraine, Sudan. What is the right answer to this question? Darfur region कौन सी जगह कौन से मुल्क में पाया जाता है? It is very much in the news and yes, these types of questions can be asked in the exams. What is the right answer? I am waiting for the answers. बताइए क्या सही जवाब है? Darfur region आपको कहां पर मिलेगा? So the right answer to this question is actually it is found in the country of Sudan. So D is the right answer to this question. Just have an idea. Okay. So war in Darfur, also known. See, I'll tell you why it is in the news. Yes, Namra Aftab, Rashmikant Oja, you all are right. Sudan is the right answer. So here is India. This is Africa continent, and here you will find Sudan. Okay, ये वाला Sudan है. Okay. It has actually the ports also. This much is its port. So here on the western side, this one, okay, this region, red wala, I've highlighted. This is actually the Darfur region. Now, why it is in the news? There are a lot of reasons actually. Since Sudan is in the news because of the civil war which is happening. Okay. And actually, if you go back to the history, there was a leader called as Omar al-Bashir. He ruled for almost 30 years. And there were actually allegations of genocide in Darfur region. If you read it, the former president Omar al-Bashir, this resulted into deaths of hundreds of thousands of civilians and indictment of Sudan's president at that time for genocide, war crimes and crime against humanity in International Criminal Court. Okay, so that is called as war in Darfur or Darfur region. It began in the 2003. So since Sudan is in the news, the news related with Darfur genocide etc. is also coming in the news, and things associated with ethnic cleansing in Darfur region and all, and that is why I have discussed it here also. Okay, so please remember it because Darfur can be asked in the exam. The next one is next question is which of the following operation? This is very important. Usko star लगा लेना, 5-6 star लगा लो. Which of the following operation has been launched by the government of India to bring back Indian citizens from Sudan? Your options are Operation Ganga, Operation Devi Shakti, Operation Rahat, Operation Kaveri. Your time starts now. What is the right answer to this question? Operation launched by government to bring back Indian citizens from Sudan. क्या सही जवाब है? भारत के नागरिक को सुदान से वापस लाया जा रहा है कौन से ऑपरेशन के तहत? Yes, देखो first one is related with what? If you are aware, Operation Ganga is related with bringing Indians from Ukraine, right? Last year. Operation Devi Shakti, ये last year 2022 का है ना? फरवरी मार्च अराउंड है ना? Operation Devi Shakti from Afghanistan, which actually when that transfer of power happened, the Taliban came to power in August 2021. This is of that. Operation Rahat. This is actually related with bringing Indian citizens back from Yemen, I think in 2015. Yes. And this is Operation Kaveri, bringing Indian citizens back from Sudan in the year, you can say April 2023, right? Actually, all four are important ones. At least option 1, 2 and 4 is important because these three are actually the recent ones, happened in the last 1-2 years. है ना. So at least you must be remembering operation 1, 2 and operation 4. Okay. So here the right answer to this question is D, or operation Kaveri is the right answer to this question. Yes. Yes, Rashmikant Oja, Gaurav Tiwari, Bisu Kumar, you all are right. Okay. So India braces to evacuate Indian nationals from Sudan. Evacuate मतलब वहां से वापस बचा करके लाना है ना. So to rescue Indians from there. I hope you are aware why I am discussing it, because in Sudan actually the civil war is happening. Yes. Means within the two groups the war is happening within the same country. On one side is paramilitary force. I have discussed many times paramilitary force of Sudan, and that is called as RSF, Rapid Support Forces, versus Sudanese army. Okay, so these two are fighting, and Rapid Support Forces commander is Muhammad Hamdan Dagolo. So he is actually the RSF commander head, and Abdel Fattah al-Burhan is Sudan's army captain head, you can say. And actually both are fighting each other, and of course when both are actually armed forces, because they have a lot of arms, and if they start fighting each other, a lot of deaths will happen. So Operation Kaveri to rescue 3,000 stranded Indians. Stranded means phase हुए, those who are stuck Indians. 500 of them have reached Port Sudan, says Jaishankar. Port Sudan यहीं पे कहीं पे देखो, let me show. I have told you here is Sudan, so यहाँ पे कहीं पे somewhere you will find Port Sudan. And here is Jeddah, which is a port of Saudi Arabia. Okay, and here is somewhere here is Port Sudan. So यहाँ से actually so people have been brought here, and from here actually ship से फिर हो सकता है Jeddah जाए, for here actually like this, है ना. So because Saudi Arabia is also helping it here and all, and these things and all. So yes, India has started Operation Kaveri to evacuate citizens from conflict on Sudan and all. Mr. S. Jaishankar, the foreign minister, said, according to the information available here, nearly 3,000 Indians are stuck in various parts of Sudan, including capital Khartoum as well, and distant province of Darfur. So capital तो बीच में कहीं पे है ना, somewhere here. The capital is, but on the western side is Darfur. So if you need to bring it actually people to the eastern coast, the port city, I mean it is farther away, है ना. इसीलिए far away word लिखा है, distant province लिखा है. Because of course, if you want to bring people from Darfur region to the eastern coast, it is actually some distance, good amount of distance. Operation Kaveri gets underway to bring back our citizens. About 500 have reached Port Sudan. More on their way. Our ships and aircrafts are set to bring them back home. ठीक है, तो ship और aircraft की बदौलत, so with the help of ships and with the help of plane, we will be bringing Indians, those who are stuck there, from actually with the help of ships. So this is actually the two aircraft, C-130J will be used, and INS Sumedha, which is actually a ship which will be used in evacuating Indians. And food and water supply are any shortage, there is power outage. Of course, when the war is happening, see, war is always considered as bad, always. ठीक है, whether if it is between two country or within the country civil war, because of course it affects economy, people get affected, job, employment, inflation gets high, the food shortage, water shortage, everything happens. So that is why these are the things being discussed here. Okay, yes. On the first page there was an article, after deaths of two cheetah, Madhya Pradesh seeks new site for felines. देखो, I hope you are aware what happened was, if you see, this is state of Madhya Pradesh, ठीक है ये वाला, and on the northern side of Madhya Pradesh there is a national park called as Kuno National Park. Okay, now this national park was famous last year. It became very famous because some cheetahs, I think 8 cheetahs, were brought from Namibia, and last year I would say somewhere around in September, right? And from South Africa to Kuno National Park, 12 cheetahs were brought in January this year. January or February, you can say. So almost around 20 cheetahs have been brought in the last 1 year in Kuno National Park. Yes, but there is an issue. The issue is that we have seen 2 deaths right now of cheetah. And yes, one cheetah has given birth to 4 children also. That's also an issue, good thing. But yes, the negative thing is that in the last 7-8 months, we have seen 2 deaths of cheetah. And that is why the Madhya Pradesh department has written that alternate sites should be provided. Okay, felines मतलब ये चीता के बारे में बात हो रही है. Okay, yes, because yes, of course, we need to have extremely careful, है ना. So here it is written 8 cheetahs were brought from Namibia and 12 from South Africa. We need 9 staffers to keep an eye on one cheetah around the clock. Oh my God. So it is saying that we need 9 staff to keep an eye on one cheetah for 24 hours. मतलब चीता को इतना ज्यादा ध्यान रखना पड़ता है, ठीक है, इसलिए कि वो अपने हैबिटेट से हट करके आया ना, बिकॉज द हैबिटेट, आई मीन द चीता हैज बीन ब्रॉट फ्रॉम इट्स ओरिजिनल हैबिटेट टू इंडिया, तो नया जगह आया है ना. So we need to provide 9 staffs to see just one cheetah and that too 24/7. Its behavior, how it's working, तबीयत ठीक तो है, बीमार तो नहीं पड़ रहा है, other reasons and all, है ना. So that is why so they have written कि whether we should have some other sites, alternate sites कुछ अगर मिल जाए, है ना. So that is what is being talked about. I hope you are aware it is done. Project Cheetah is also being controlled by NATCA, National Tiger Conservation Authority, right? So just have an idea about it. So he has also said that the mortality among cheetahs was expected and Project Cheetah planning factored this, है ना. So it is saying even if the 50% cheetah survives, it is considered as success. It means yes, because we believe that yes, there is a probability of cheetah dying. So even if half of them survives, it will be considered as success. ठीक है? That is what Mr. S.P. Yadav, the head of Project Cheetah, said. ठीक है? So just have an idea about it. ये कोरो नेशनल पार्क बहुत ज्यादा न्यूज में है, नामीबिया, साउथ अफ्रीका. So you should be knowing these things. Now, in the last 7-8 months, African cheetah, because we have brought it from Africa, है ना? So these are African nations. African cheetah is very much in the news. Can you please tell me what is the IUCN red list status of African cheetah? Your options are endangered, vulnerable, critically endangered. अरे सूडान कैसे लिखा गया ये? Sorry, please correct it. This is none of the above. ठीक है? Okay. So IUCN red list, I will explain what is. If you know it, fine, you answer it. Then otherwise, I will explain what is IUCN red list status. See, African cheetah is very much in the news, and that is why I am explaining it. What is the right answer? सबको like button press करते जाओ. Everyone, please press the like button also. Yes, the right answer is it is in vulnerable category. So 2 or B is the right answer to this question. ठीक है? Okay. So these are actually IUCN red list. So like for example, this is if you go higher, I mean the animal is more threatened, like this is extinct, and the second one is extinct in wild. फिर उसके बाद critically endangered. Endangered is lesser, vulnerable, then near threatened and least concerned. Okay, so if you go above, I mean the concern increases. So basically here is actually the African cheetah lies here. Okay, African cheetah is vulnerable, but Asiatic cheetah is critically endangered. Here is Asiatic cheetah. Okay, but we have Asiatic cheetah mostly you will find in Iran region and all, thus the Gawir and all deserts. But African, since we have brought African cheetah, we should be more concerned about this vulnerable. It is in vulnerable category. Okay, so just have an idea about that. The next one is question: which of the following articles deals with the assent of the governor? Assent of the bills given by governor. Your options are Article 191, 155, 200, 222. What is the right answer to this question? Assent मतलब होता है अप्रूवल, है ना, यानी पास कर देना. So means whether the governor should pass the bill passed by the state legislature, whether he or she should reject it, send back to the legislative assembly, or reserve for presidential assent. So which article deals with that? Can you tell me? What is the right answer? Yes, the right answer is option 3 or option C. Article 200 is the right answer to this question. This has been very much in the news on the page number 3. Governor should not sit over bills, says Supreme Court. Actually, ये actually news में था कि Telangana government versus Governor. Telangana Legislative Assembly passed a bill and the governor did not sign it, and that is why it went to the Supreme Court that please tell the governor to sign the bills and all. So they said that if देखो legislative assembly is an elected body and it represents opinion of, I mean it is representation of people, है ना, elected body. and when it is passing a bill and it is blocked by governor, governor is not elected, it is actually appointed by president. Okay, so then the purpose of the democratic purpose gets defeated. Okay, that is what they are saying, because of course legislative assembly is the elected body and all. So your lordship must intervene and decide once for all. So the lawyer went there, quoted article 200 and all, that the governor should not unnecessarily stopping the bill and all. So that is why the Telangana government went to the Supreme Court and all. Okay, so इसी के बारे में है ना. So the Supreme Court said कि governor should not sit over bills unnecessary. Says Supreme Court. Sit over bills मतलब governor should sign it. है ना, मतलब unnecessary, not signing it, neither rejecting it nor signing it. Okay, it should not happen because that is not very good and all. That is what Supreme Court said. Okay, we are running a CLAT 2024 comprehensive course. The exam is in December, so you are having 7-8 months left. 300 plus recorded videos, 300 plus hours of live session, 35 plus mock test is there. If you have question, you can call on this number 95388895678, and we are providing up to 90% scholarship if you attempt the mock test, the test on 30th April at 11 a.m. in the morning. If you attempt it, you will get 90% scholarship on this course. Okay? And on 7th May at 6 p.m. we'll be having a free workshop with Abhimanyu sir. Is it too late to start preparation for CLAT 2024? So go and watch that also. The link is given in the description from where you can register. Okay? Let's talk about editorials. तो पहले ये जानते हैं pending bills, the issue of gubernatorial inaction. देखो, what is the meaning of gubernatorial? Gubernatorial means governor. Okay, yes. Now, the Tamil Nadu governor was again in the news recently when the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly passed a resolution urging the President of India to fix a timeline for assent to be given to the bills. देखो होता क्या generally, if you read Article 200, है ना? It is talking about if a legislative assembly passes a bill, what the governor is supposed to do. So either it can send it back, it can reject it, or it can send it to the president. Except in money bill, it cannot send it back. So the question is, there is no time limit. So if a legislative assembly passes a bill, there is no time limit that a governor is supposed to respond. So that is why the Tamil Nadu governor was in the news, because Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly passed a resolution that president should fix some time. Okay, that a governor is, let's say for example, I'm just giving an example, that a governor is supposed to sign a bill within 1 month. Let's say for example, Legislative Assembly of any state passes a bill and it sends to the governor. So governor is supposed to sign it. There should be a time limit, whether it's in 1 month or 2 months. The governor cannot say, no, I'll neither be signing it nor rejecting it for the next 6 months, 1 year. Because the entire purpose of this legislative assembly gets defeated. This is an elected body. So if it is an elected body, it represents people's opinion. Okay. So people's faith and opinion should not be defeated in a democracy. That is what the idea is. So the timeline should be fixed. And the immediate provocation for the resolution was governor's public statement and all. So इसी की वो बात कर रहे हैं. So that is what is being passing a resolution by the assembly requesting the president to issue direction to the governor to ensure he functions in accordance with the constitution is a new constitutional development. So that is what he is talking about. It's a new thing. These have not happened, that the legislative assembly is telling the president that governor should actually work. The Tamil Nadu legislative assembly is saying it to the president that please tell the governor to sign the bills, and there should be a time limit. This is a new thing. That is what the author says. Okay, although this article has meant to provide justification, etc. and all, the constitutional requires the governor to act when a bill is passed and present it to him under Article 200. मैंने बताया भी Article 200 is in the news. So please, after the class is over, read Article 200. जैसे ही class खत्म होगा, इसको आप पढ़ लीजिएगा, ठीक है? So please go and read it. Okay? Yes. Now, if he does not act in accordance with the constitution and sits on the bill indefinitely, he is creating a situation where governance of the state cannot be carried on. If the governor is not signing a bill, then the governance will be blocked, of course. Okay, so the governor should be signing a bill as soon as possible. And the second thing is, let's say for example, in case of emergency, that there is COVID-19 or some other reason, and a legislative assembly passes a bill. and the governor is not signing for the next 6 months, so the entire purpose of emergency gets defeated. अगर कोई चीज तुरंत करना है, फॉरेन लॉ बनाना है because of some reason, and if the governor is not signing it, it will create a lot of problems and all, है ना? So that is what they are talking about. So the option available to governor is to give assent, मतलब to give approval. Withhold assent means reject the bill. ठीक है, withhold assent means reject the bill. Okay. Send back to the assembly to reconsider it, or send it to the president also. So governor can also send the bill to the president to if there is some issue and all, है ना? That the governor can think, okay, no, I should send it to the president rather than me signing it. Okay, this also can be done. So it is not only logical to think when the constitution gives certain options to the governor, he is required to exercise one of them. So the problem is actually, in many cases, it is actually very vague. Means in which case the governor should be rejecting it, in which case the governor should be reserving it to the president. It's up to the governor's discretion in many cases. Means it's up to the governor's will. Okay, now, but generally it is believed that the governor should be acting in the advice of Council of Minister. And many places it is written that governor should be working with the advice of Council of Minister, because Council of Minister enjoys actually the legitimacy, because they have come from the voting and all. That is why that is being discussed. As regards to the option of withholding assent, plain reading Article 2 suggests that theoretically governor can do so, but the question is whether the governor should withhold the assent passed by the legislature and all. So, but generally, जो है, मतलब there are a lot of things he's talking about, whether the governor should be rejecting the bill in all the cases, or only in extreme cases, or whether with the advice of the government or not and all. ये सब चीजें, ठीक है, इसमें बहुत सारे, he's going to the UK and all the laws regarding UK. So he's quoting Article 154, which talks about governor working on the advice of Council of Ministers. ठीक है ना? Yes, like for example, at central level, president works on the advice of Union Council of Ministers. CO means Council of Minister, it means Prime Minister and other ministers, है ना? And governor is working on the advice of the state level Council of Minister. It means Chief Minister and it's his minister, his or her ministers, right? So that is how the constitutional democracy works and all. That is what is being talked about, है ना? And yes, he is giving the example of urgency, like I have just told you. So if there is an urgency, and in that urgency, the legislative assembly passes a bill and the governor is not approving it, then in that case, it will create a lot of problems and all, है ना? ऐसे कहा भी जाता है, generally president and governor are considered as titular heads, है ना? The main power should be in the hand of chief minister and prime minister, because these two are elected ones. Okay, that is what you should be knowing it, है ना? The court cannot go into the question of whether necessary or not. So all the time the judiciary cannot intervene. Only when actually the cases becomes worse, or actually the governor is not approving, in that case the judiciary intervenes and all, है ना? Article 201 talks about a bill reserved for presidential assent. In some cases, the governor may not, let's say legislative assembly passes the bill. Governor will either pass it or reject it or send it back. But in one case, it can send it to the president also in some cases. Okay. Okay. So that is what is mentioned in Article 201. You can read about it there. Now, let's talk about this one. Wireless Punjab. I hope you are aware of this, that yesterday it was very much in the news. I have discussed it in yesterday's class on 24th April. That Amritpal Singh was arrested, pro-Khalistani activist. He has been arrested under NSA, National Security Act, which was passed in 1980, related with preventive detention and all. I have discussed it during the time of Indira Gandhi. NSA was passed and all. Okay, so he has been sent to Dibrugarh jail in Assam, and he is the head of Waris Punjab Day and all. And so just have an idea. So he styled himself as Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale, the militant who was instrumental in Khalistan movement in 1980s, and he was killed in 1984. So he tried, Amritpal Singh tried to look similar to Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale and all. So just have an idea about it. That is what is being talked about. Though he comes from self-styled, the Khalistan propagandist appears to have supporters and handlers. Yes, there are some Khalistani supporters within India, also outside India. That is what the author is talking about and all. The campaign for Khalistani activists among the Sikh diaspora. So some of the Sikh diaspora means Sikhs living abroad, है ना, diaspora मतलब abroad. Okay, the ruling Aam Aadmi Party government in the state is now patting itself on the back for the arrest and all. Okay, so now of course the Aam Aadmi Party government is actually patting itself, मतलब अपने आप को praising itself that yes we have arrested them and all. So that is what is being talked about. ठीक है, so that is what it is. इसमें कुछ explain करने का है नहीं खास. Now here Indian diplomacy in horses of interest morality. So this is written by a former IFS Indian Foreign Service officer Mr. Vivek Kajju. During her official visit to India on April 10, 2023, Ukraine's first deputy prime minister Emin Zaforova bluntly put across dichotomy of India's pursuit and all. See, she actually is a minister in Ukraine. She came to India recently. I hope you are aware of this. I had discussed it. 12th April at that time she was in the news. Okay, so she urged India that in G20, although Ukraine is not a member of G20, but she requested India that G20 summit, Ukraine should also be allowed. Okay. And she said that if India wants to become a Vishwa Guru, that India should be supporting Ukraine. Okay, I hope you are aware Russia-Ukraine war is happening and India has not openly criticized Russia. And in fact, we are having a lot of trades with Russia, importing a lot of things, especially oil, etc. from Russia and all. So Ukraine wants that India should not be supporting Russia or India should not be doing trade and all. So that is why the Ukraine minister said that the only right choice is to support the Ukraine if India wants to become Vishwa Guru. That is what the minister of Ukraine has said. Okay. So Miss Zafarova, I don't know the pronunciation. I think it's Zafarova was forcefully presenting her country's case, but she said cannot be ignored. But what she said cannot be ignored because she asserted publicly in accordance to some observers and all. So that is what it is. तो इसी के बारे में कहा. Yes. However, yes, in general, we have not openly criticized Russia, but yes, in some cases, Modi ji has said indirectly that this is not an era of war. Yes, you remember last year, perhaps in September and all, है ना? In Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit, Modi ji indirectly said, referring perhaps to Russia-Ukraine war, that yes, this is not an era of war, है ना? When India was severely critical of US sanction in Vietnam and early Anglo-French invasion of Egypt in 1956 and all. देखो क्या हुआ था. Now the author is going back to the history. Like for example, when actually US invaded Vietnam and a 1955 to 75 war happened. So India criticized it. Similarly, when England and France, Anglo-French, England and France attacked Egypt in 1956 regarding Suez Canal crisis, India opposed this attack. Okay. So we have done it in the past. So basically, perhaps the author is referring that perhaps India should also be criticizing Russia's invasion and all in Ukraine. तो ये बताना चाह रहे हैं कि शायद कि इंडिया को भी ऐसा करना चाहिए. ठीक है, खैर, that is what it is. However, there was a basic difference, है ना? हाँ, but yes, India remained silent on Soviet operation in Hungary, Czechoslovakia, and later Afghanistan. In the same year, 1956, में जब USSR था यहाँ पे, it attacked actually Hungary. Somewhere here you will find Hungary. In 1956, India did not said anything. So yes, because perhaps India was having good relation with USSR, so India did not want to have unnecessary create a bad relation with USSR. That is why perhaps India remained silent. है ना? तो ये बता रहे हैं कि इंडिया जो है silent रह गया था उस केस में, है ना? And in Afghanistan, I think somewhere around 1979, Russia invaded Afghanistan, but in that case also India did not said much about it. Okay. So thus India's foreign policy principles were rooted in contemporary world principles and all. That is what is being talked about. India is not only the country which coldly pursue its interests while being critical of others for not adhering to global principles. इसी सब की बात हो रही है, इसमें इतना डिटेल नहीं जाना है. ठीक है. No need to go much in detail. ठीक है. So अब इसको बहुत डिटेल में जाने, है ना? So just go and read it. Whatever we have discussed it more than enough, है ना? Then he is quoting Mr. S. Jaishankar, the Foreign Minister of India, that India's reputation was not made by a newspaper in New York. So of course, if in USA newspapers are publishing anything about India, it is actually not going to either make, it's not going to affect India's image, है ना? Because of course newspaper do writes a lot of criticism and all in other countries and all. But yes, India has gained enormous popularity in the country for its pugnacious statements and all. Okay, so means this is our own independent stand and all, है ना? And he is quoting the concept of Matsya Nyaya. You understand this Matsya Nyaya? Matsya Nyaya होता है मछली का न्याय, है ना? Big fish eating small fish. Big fish eating small fish, that's called. बड़ी मछली छोटी मछली को कहा जाती है, उसको मत्स्य न्याय कॉन्सेप्ट कहते हैं ना. So that is what he is talking about. This too happens at the business level, at the world level, at international politics level. बहुत जगह पे ये होता है कि big fish eating small fish and all. So that is what is being quoted by the author. ठीक है. अब हम लोग चलते हैं यहाँ पर ओपिनियन में एक आर्टिकल है, the many benefits of marriage equality. So she is actually supporting the idea of LGBT marriages. There is a petition in Supreme Court to legalize or actually recognize these marriages. So she is writing an article supporting this viewpoint. Last week the Supreme Court started hearing the LGBT petition recognizing same-sex marriages and all. So she's saying, I'm happily married lesbian who chose to legally marry my same-gender, same-sex partner in UK and all. So she herself is married to a lady and all. So she's herself is a homosexual marriage and all. So she is supporting it and saying it ki this should be allowed in India. That is what the author's opinion is. So in India, getting married is one of the highlights. So she said she went to the UK because in UK it is allowed, and that is why she is having same-sex partner and all. Therefore, excluding LGBT person from marriage excludes etc. and all benefits of family and all. So she is saying there should be marriage equality between male and female and all. That is what she has said. तो इसको पढ़ लेना, इसमें कुछ है नहीं. Means go and read about Navtej Singh Johar case. We have discussed so many times. Okay, so just have an idea about it. Now the next one is Wagner Group is a paramilitary organization of Ukraine, Sudan, Russia, USA. What is the right answer to this question? क्या सही जवाब है बताओ? What is the right answer? Wagner Group is a paramilitary organization of Russia. ठीक है? Yes, Truptesh, you are right. So actually it's a Russian paramilitary organization described and all. So why it is in the news? देखो एक text and context में article था, Wagner's group action in Africa. ठीक है? It was also involved in Ukraine war and all. ठीक है? तो this too comes in the news sometimes. So just have an idea about it. See is the right answer here. एक पेज नंबर 12 में एक छोटी सी आर्टिकल थी, सुप्रीम कोर्ट सीक्स रिपोर्ट फ्रॉम कैलकाटा हाई कोर्ट ऑन जज गिविंग इंटरव्यू. तो एक्चुअली क्या है, देयर इज अ मैटर व्हिच इज पेंडिंग इन कैलकाटा हाई कोर्ट जज एक्चुअली अंडर एक्चुअली देखो होता क्या है, व्हेन अ मैटर इज पेंडिंग बिफोर अ जज, लेट्स से जज ऑफ हाई कोर्ट, मैटर पेंडिंग, so ideally the judge should not be giving TV interview in that matter. Okay, so this is saying ki Justice Abhijit Gangopadhyay, he actually gave an interview, sought a report from the Calcutta High Court on whether one of its judges alleged gave a TV interview about pending sexual cases. So there is an allegation against a judge that he gave an interview to a news channel regarding a matter which is pending in his court. So the Supreme Court actually said कि yes, the judge it asked for the report whether this matter is true or not, and the CJI said a judge has no business giving an interview in a pending case. जो केस उनकी अदालत में है, अभी वो हियर हो रही है, उससे रिलेटेड मैटर उनको पब्लिकली बोलना नहीं चाहिए और टीवी पे इंटरव्यू नहीं देना चाहिए, यही उन्होंने CJI ने कहा. So that is what it was in the news. Just have an idea. इससे पहले का 3 था आंसर, जिन्होंने भी 3 आंसर किया, तृप्तेश, बीसू कुमार, नम्रा आफ्ताब, you are the right. The next is yesterday, which of the following landmark judgment of Supreme Court completed 50 years? Your options are Golaknath case, case of Nanda Bharti case, Minerva Mills case, Maneka Gandhi case. What is the right answer? बताओ. कल 50 साल पूरा हुआ एक बहुत ही फेमस जजमेंट का. देखो, tomorrow, yesterday was 24th April 2023. Okay. Now 50 years back means 24th April 1973. So 1973 को, which is a very famous judgment, Keshav Nanda Bharti versus State of Kerala case. Option 2 or B is the right answer to this question. ठीक है? Yes. Demystifying Keshav Nanda Bharti case web page delves deep into history and all. So it's a very famous judgment, 13 judge bench order and all. है ना? 7:6 गया था. I hope you are aware है ना of this. So defined as basic structure of constitution and all. है ना? Yes. The right answer is 2 or B is the right answer to this question. The next is इसको पढ़ लेना, means this gave the idea of the concept of basic structure of constitution. है ना? I have taught this in paid batches. This is very, very, very important. If you are from my paid batch student, fine. Otherwise, you should read it by your own. India, China to hold frank in-depth talks. So they're talking 18th Corps Commander meeting is happening, है ना? 18th round of talk is happening right now at LAC and all. So there's a question for you. What is the length of LAC? This is a CLAT 2021 question. Your options are 4128 km, 3488 km, 3200 km, 2700 km. Everyone please press the like button and subscribe to our channel as well. Length of LAC कितना है? बताओ. ये CLAT 2021 का question है, so I am expecting you all to answer it. Anyone? This was asked in the exam. So previous year question say, sir. Please see the previous year question. It is very, very important. It's 3488 kilometer. Oh my God. So B is the right answer. So LAC यहाँ पर है. Here, 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 here. ये सबको मिला के LAC कहते हैं. सारे ये वाला boundary, this one, this one, this one. Boundary of India with China है ना. So that's LAC 3488 kilometer. 88 kilometer. The right answer is option 2. B is the right answer to this question. This was asked in the exam in CLAT. Okay. So that is what is being talked about, है ना? About the 18th round of talks are happening and all. So let's wait. Let's see what will be there, है ना? And go and find out Chushu Moldo border कहाँ पे? लद्दाख में कहीं पे पड़ता है ये, ठीक है? Yes, Payal Tawar and Amraf Tawar, right? B is the right answer, हाँ. ठीक है. Page number 14 में malaria said to be notifiable disease across India even as cases show a decline. See, we are having 28 states and 8 union territory, है ना? So in total we say 36 states and union territory, like this we write, है ना? So out of these 36 states and union territory, 33 are already notifiable disease. 33 states and union territory, in that malaria is already a notifiable disease. But now Bihar, Andaman, Nicobar and Meghalaya have been added. So now in all the 36 states and union territory, malaria will be considered as a notifiable disease. Means if a malaria happens, then it is required by the law that cases have to be reported to the government. जो भी डॉक्टर के पास जाएगा तो डॉक्टर को रिपोर्ट करना होगा गवर्नमेंट में कि ये इतने इतने केसेस आए. Okay, confirming the development, a senior health ministry official said this is part of India's vision to be malaria free by 2027 and eliminate by 2030. 2027 तक मलेरिया फ्री हो जाना है, कोई भी नया केसेस नहीं आना है ना, और 2030 तक कंप्लीट एलिमिनेशन है देना है. दैट इज व्हाट आवर टारगेट इज. There should not be any single malaria cases after 2030. That is what actually the target is. ठीक है. So Ministry of Health is actually coordinating with tribal ministry. So why is health ministry coordinating with tribal ministry? Because yes, to ensure in tribal areas this should be reduced and all. Okay, ठीक है. तो मलेरिया जनरली इस रीजन में होता है, ट्रॉपिकल रीजन में. If you are living in this tropical region, the malaria do happens. ठीक है, especially like India is in the tropical region, so chances of malaria happening in tropical region is high. Okay, yes, ठीक है. Okay, so this is all about today's class. ठीक है, ट्रॉपिकल रीजन समझ गया ना? देखो मैं बताता हूँ. ये वाला ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर है ऊपर वाला. दिस इज ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैप्रिकॉर्न. ओके, है ना? और ये इक्वेटर है बीच में. इस रीजन को ट्रॉपिकल रीजन कहते हैं. ओके, so this is all about today's class. Please subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, and download the BYJU'S exam prep app. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.